All right, class, we're going to be putting our words in our notebook, so go ahead and get your notebook out. Flip over your practice paper so that if you need to practice, it's an actual you thinking through the words and the sounds and the sounds and the spelling and writing it instead of copying. All right, put both hands on top of your head when you're ready. All right, great. I see everyone's hands on top of their head. So if you're not ready, just pause the video and get ready. All right, the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to use one of our words in a sentence, and I want you to tell me what part of speech it is. So what are the parts of speech we know so far? All right, great job if you said noun. What's another one? Good, verb. The word that describes a noun is what? All right, if you said adjective, pat yourself on the back. An adjective describes a noun. And one that we won't talk about as much right now, but we did learn is, all right, great job if you said adverb. An adverb tells about how someone did an action. It adds information to the verb. All right, so you could say, I wrote slowly, I wrote quickly, I wrote painstakingly. Oh, that's a nice adverb. All right, but sometimes we're still learning these things. Sometimes we'll just focus on nouns and verbs. All right, so the word foot. My foot was cold. Foot. All right, I need you to decide if that is a noun or a verb. So a noun is a what? Great, person, place, or thing. And a verb is an excellent action. All right, so 3 seconds. Tell me, is it a noun or a verb? 2, 1. All right, I heard Amelia say noun. Great job, Amelia. You are exactly right. A foot is a thing, so it's a noun. All right, we are going to go to our nouns page, but we have 2. We're going to go to page 25. So get to page 25, pause the video till you're there. All right, I hope you can see okay. I know it is tricky to see when I'm recording the projector. So up at the top of this page, we're talking about singular and plurals. Oh, it's so good to review these things until we remember them. What does singular mean, class? All right, great job if you said just one. Singular means just one. And what does plural mean? Excellent. Plural means more than one. So it could mean 2, it could mean 1,000,000. Anything that's more than one thing is going to get the plural form of the noun. All right, so we have regular ones up at the top. For a regular noun, to make it plural, what do we add? All right, if you said z, you're exactly right. All right, for most of our nouns, we just add z, but we have what we call our irregular nouns. Remember, just like our irregular verbs. And that means we don't just add z or es, because there's some things we need to use es for to make it plural. Irregular ones means we just have a different verb, a different word. It's not just adding z or es to the end. All right, so foot is an irregular noun. If I say foot, am I talking about one or more than one? Foot, my foot was cold. Just one. All right, great. So foot is going to be our singular. So down here on our irregular nouns, foot goes in the singular column. Which do we use in foot? Good. Go ahead and write foot. Say the sounds while you write them. All right, and then go back to the beginning, mark everything that needs to be marked in the word. All right, class, what did you write to spell foot? Good. Which U? Good. U. And good. All right, and then we'll go back and mark it. Hopefully you gave it both of those markings. All right. So foot means just one. What is the plural form of foot if I want to talk about more than one foot? Excellent, it's feet. So that's going to go on the same line, but in our plural column. And which E do we use in feet? Excellent, E-double-E. So go ahead and write feet. See the sounds while you write them. All right, class. What did you write to spell feet? Good. Which E? Good, E-double-E. And good. And go back to the beginning. Mark things in order, even if there's only one thing to mark. All right. Nice job with foot and feet, class. All right, the next thing we have is, let's see, our next word was I. This one was so funny because we just said the letter names. I didn't like that. Seemed very odd. But we talked about how there's the I that you see with, and then there's also the I when you're talking about yourself. Two words that sound the same, but are spelled differently. We have a page for that, don't we? Right, so we know that if it's spelled differently and sounds the same, that it's going to be one of our HHH words. So let's go to our HHH words page. And let me check which page that is. It is page 14. So get to page 14, HHH words. All right, let's see. So I and I, are they spelled the same? They sure are not. Do they sound the same? They do. Do they mean the same thing? Say, of course not, Mrs. No, stop being ridiculous. That means they are, let's see, no, yes, no. So I and I are homophones. So find your homophone column. It's the one close to the binding if you're on page 14. So make sure you're on page 14. All right, so far in our homophone column, we have 2 and 2 and 4 and 4. And now we're going to put I and I. So first, let's put I that you say when you're talking about yourself before we write it. We always capitalize I when we're speaking about ourselves. All right, and it's, what kind of a syllable is the I when you're speaking about yourself? Great job if you said open syllable. All right, so in the first one, we'll just write I, our open syllable, and we'll capitalize it. And let's go ahead and underline it because it is an open syllable. That's how our I is saying its name. This is also the only English word that I know that ends with I. So, all right, so this is the one we already knew. Now we're going to write this kind of I, the kind you see with. All right, so what letters do we write to spell I? Good, it's E, Y, E. Go ahead and write that in the second column. So on the same line, but the second column. All right, class, what did you write to spell I? Good, E, Y, E. All right, and then so we remember the difference, we're going to draw our little I next to this one. All right, nice job, class. All right, let's stay on this page one more time because remember we said that here and here, gosh, those sound the same, don't they? Here and here. All right, they sound the same, but they're spelled differently and they mean different things. Here and here are also homophones. All right, so we're going to start in the first column, right below I and I, for here and here. We're going to review the old here that we learned, which is right here. Okay, what did we write to spell here? This was E. What made it say E? Good, silent final E, job 1. So write that here in the first column. All right, class, what did you write to write the kind of here that we're reviewing? Good. Good, E. Nice job if you were making an effort to say for this. And good, silent final E, job 1. And let's go ahead and mark it starting at the beginning. All right, so this kind of here we learned already a couple of weeks ago, I think. All right, now we're going to put the new kind of here we learned, which is the kind you do with your ear. So the sounds are the same, E, but which E do we use in this kind of here? Good, E, A. Write it on the second column. All right, class, what did we write to spell this kind of here? Good. Good, E. Which E? Excellent, E, A. And our last sound? Good, R. All right, we'll mark it. Okay. Right next to this one, we're gonna draw a little ear. The here that you hear with your ear. We're going to draw an ear next to it so you can remember that that's that kind of here. That looks more like a question mark than an ear, Mrs. No? All right, we'll call that good enough for now. If I look at that, I'm going to know it's an ear. So as long as you look at yours and you know it's an ear, you're good to go. All right. Let's call that good for this video because it's getting to be about 15 minutes. So go take a break, do something else, do some science, some math, some history, literature, read, and then come back and we'll review some more words.